Hey, this is the Embryon AK-47 here with another Wi-Fi battle for you guys. Okay, so this is a battle against my buddy Roshu here, and I'm using one of my favorite teams out of the whole metagame, the wall team. Yep, this is a wall team, all bulk, pretty much almost no attack. But yeah, it's a fun team to use, honestly, because it makes me have to think more how I can wall my opponent out and just make and slowly kill them. So yeah, technically whenever I use this team, the battles tend to be long, but they are fun. I will not lie about that. Those battles are very fun. And I actually have a few really good battles with them, actually. A few 6-0s around, maybe you'll see them. So yeah, other than that, let's go. So yeah, I lead off with I switched through my Pringles, and his Typhlosion gets the Toxic, and yeah, I hit him with the Scald on the Feraligatr here. I was hoping for the burn, but you know, I was either way on it. Feraligatr isn't that much of a threat to me. I'm okay with it. It's not really a big Pokemon that I fear. So I go for the Toxic here and get the Toxic, Feraligatr, and Typhlosion now taken out. And also, if you notice, there were 3 JoJo starters, all 3 of them actually. So that's pretty epic right there. That means all 3 of them are up in this match, so they're duking it out for a bit. And honestly, those 3 were actually doing a really good job. So now he brings in the Haxorus. I know his Haxorus is going to go for some power move. Roshu runs a weird Haxorus, but I gotta give it his props, because it does cause me trouble a lot. He runs a dual set of Haxorus, so yeah, it's pretty legit. I go for the Toxic, knowing I will at least get that off, and then I switch to a Pokemon I know can fight that Haxorus pretty well. So I go to Meganium. Meganium is looking in good shape. If he went for the Outrage here, he honestly could have KO'd Meganium, but I don't know what but I go for the Protect. So Roshu cannot go, but he still goes for Earthquake again, but he fought this Meganium quite a bit. So yeah, he knows how this Pokemon works. And he decides to switch out here because he doesn't want Toxic to completely just cripple his Pokemon. He thinks he can save it for later, and honestly I think he probably can too. So I go for the Leech Seed here. So now I can get off Leech Seed and Toxic damage while I'm sitting here waiting to kill his Typhlosion. And that's also a great combo about this team, because honestly I just set up Toxic all over the place and then I just go for the Leech Seed to destroy everything in my way. So yeah, Typhlosion is now just being forced to give me its health and lose it at the same time. And it's not looking good for him right now. His Pokemon have really been outplayed, but Roshu always finds a way to get back in the match. So he brings in his Porygon Z here. And this is one Pokemon I honestly could not be fighting with Meganium, so I decide to haul butt and get out. Yeah, well actually it was a double switch, but he predicts my switch to Jellicent perfectly. I predicted him to go for the Ice Beam. Then I go for the Toxic, knowing I can live another Dark Pulse if it were to happen. Oh wait, sorry. I'm a little ahead of myself. So yeah, he went first, and then I would say I got the Toxic off. And yeah, I knew I could live another Dark Pulse, but I wanted to switch out and go to my Big Daddy B. Knowing that his Dark Pulse could do jack diddly squat to my Bastion, and this would also give my Bastion a chance to heal back to full health and pull off the Metal Burst combo, which I really love to do. So Roshu, knowing me like a champ here, goes into his Lucario. I go for the Protect. It fails. I'm like, okay, that's awesome. Now he's bringing a Lucario, so I can set up my Sturdy and go for the epic Metal Burst. So he goes for the Nest Supply here, knowing I'll go for Protect again so I can get the Sturdy boost. But Roshu knows a Bastion on when he sees one. Makes a smart move and goes for the Dark Pulse, so that when I go for the Metal Burst, it'll hardly do anything to him. And I give him props there. So now the Metal Burst hits, but it's not gonna do anything to him. I go for the Protect, and he goes for the Oversphere. I Protect, I get a little lucky, and it doesn't even matter if I hit this next one because my Bastion is already gone. Even if it didn't make it, there's no way it would have lived. It would have gotten enough to get back to the Sturdy range. So yeah, Bastion is down for the count, and I'm forced to go back into my Meganium, who I know can take on this Lucario, no problem, no questions asked. So Lucario here goes for the Dark Pulse. Meganium's like, I don't know. So Meganium goes for the Leech Seed here, and then I start the basic Leech Seed recovery combo, you know, just doing rinse and repeat. And it really works with Meganium, honestly, because most people try to keep staying in. He goes for another Nasty Plot here, trying to boost up his power so he can freaking go for the sweep and finish off everything on my team. And I was actually fearing the Lucario here, because I did not know what to suspect. So I go into my Dust Storm, but he makes another great prediction and goes for the Dark Pulse again. And yes, Dusknoir is out for the count. So I lost two major Pokemon that could have really helped my team out to this Lucario. Because honestly, I just didn't want to switch. So I'm forced to go back into Meganium and go for the rinse, repeat, combo all over again. Go for Protect, he goes for the Dark Pulse. Protect, I get a little Leech Seed, I get some leftover recovery, then I'll get some Leech Seed recovery. So Meganium's honestly back in range to at least take another hit. But instead of going for the Aura Sphere, he keeps going for the Dark Pulse. Now while it is effective against most of my team, he could have honestly finished off Meganium right there if he went for the Aura Sphere. But I guess he just didn't want to risk it, and he wanted to play safe. And I don't blame him. Roshu's a smart player. He knows what he's doing. So instead of letting me get off this last Protect here and making him die to Leech Seed, he decides to go into Porygon Z so he can go for the Ice Beam and take care of the Meganium, no problem. I go for Protect. It does Jack Diddley squat while that Porygon Z is in. And yeah, I'm not sure what the heck to do. I go for another Protect here just to scout out the Porygon Z's moves. He goes for the Dark Pulse. I'm like, oh, he's gonna go for Dark Pulse again. And I believe here I switch out to my Scizor. Yes, I believe I switch out to my Scizor. Yes, I go to Scizor. And this is the normal AK-47 that I usually use. This is AK-47 Mach 2. He is the bulkier variant of my Scizor. I honestly like using Mach 2 also because he is pretty fun to use. And since he can take a hit, it's a lot easier to set up. The only thing is that I lose my attack power. But, you know, give and take. But Scizor is awesome, honestly a great Pokemon. If I could learn Bulk Up, I would have used that a long time ago. Yeah, Scizor goes for the P-Punch and Porygon 2 is out. So now he brings in his Pachirisu here, goes for the Volt Switch, predicting my Bug Bite. But instead of me going for the Bug Bite, knowing what he would do, I decided to go for the Swords Dance. Unfortunately, if I went for the Bug Bite, I would have been able to probably get this Typhlosion into KO range for my B-Punch. But, you know, give and take, and that's all you really get. So there's no way a B-Punch from this range will KO a Typhlosion, especially with the Mach 2 Scizor, since it's not the strongest variant. So I'm forced to switch out and go back into Pringles, who I know can take on Typhlosion, no problem, no questions asked. Luckily, Pringles avoids the Inferno, so yeah, it's looking pretty great. Jellicent can now get in, but instead of switching out, instead of recovering here, I think I decided to go for the Scald. Oh no, I go for the recovery. So yes, even Haxorus will have trouble taking me out. So I honestly get a free move here. But instead of going for the Ice Beam here on the Haxorus, hold on. And Haxorus gets the Curse Buddy. I go for the Ice Beam. Wow, I am really not up to date on this battle. I narrated it yesterday, but I guess I don't know what happened. I forgot completely. So here I make a bad play. I should have recovered with my Jellicent right here, because Outrage was disabled. I could have recovered very easily and then gone back for the finish KO. But instead, I switch into Meganium, who gains nothing from this, and Haxorus will die to the Toxic this turn. So honestly, I could have done a much more better play and saved my Jellicent with more HP, so it could have been more useful later, especially against this Feraligatr. I go for the Leech Seed here against the Feraligatr. He goes for the Blizzard. My Meganium avoids it. I'm not really fearing the Blizzard even if he hits it, because I know my Meganium can honestly take on this Feraligatr no problem. So now after getting the Leech Seed recovery, this Feraligatr knows that it's pretty much in trouble and there's no chance of it really taking out Meganium. But me being stupid, I decided to switch out anyway and go into my Snorlax, who I know can take on this Feraligatr quite easily, and also avoids the snow at the Blizzard. So yeah, Ibatakimasu is eating that life off from the Feraligatr, you know, having his little meal. He's getting ready. Feraligatr tries to use that superpower on me, but Ibatakimasu knows what he's doing. He bulked up on that food, so he doesn't even feel it that much. So yeah, Ibatakimasu takes that superpower no problem, and then I go for my epic stockpile swallow set. So yeah, I go for the stockpile on the Feraligatr, and now with the -1 and the +2, there's no way his superpower can even really do that much to me. So, and after the Leech recovery, superpower will not be even touching my Snorlax anymore. So it's looking great for Snorlax. and he goes for the superpower here. Again, Snorlax gets hit by it, but hardly takes any damage, and he just loses another one, and I gain +1 from another stock power. So the power difference between Feraligatr and Snorlax here just keeps growing, and there's honestly no way he's going to be able to touch Snorlax if this keeps up. So, but unfortunately, Roshu decides... Hold on. So Snorlax is here, gets some Leech Seed recovery, and Feraligatr is looking like it's in a very bad situation. So, in order to save Feraligatr, as I go for the Swallow, right here, because, no, I go for another stockpile right here, ready to take on whatever he sends in. His Typhlosion is not a Pokemon I'm really fearing. It's something that honestly could be a threat, but it's not that much. So he goes for the Focus Blast here. Hardly does anything to me, even despite it being super effective. But I decided to go for the Swallow here, just so I can get my HP back. And I know I can take on Typhlosion, even when it uses a normal Focus Blast, because honestly my Snorlax can just take on anything. But here, I think I decided to switch out my Snorlax and go into my Jellicent. Yes, Jellicent, who can take the Inferno, but avoids it again. How's it being a boss like it is? And Typhlosion dies to the Toxic, so Typhlosion is out of the match. Honestly, I was just giving Jellicent out for fodder, but if it died, it died. If it lives, it lives. So, he sends in his Pachirisu here, goes for the easy T-Bolt, and that is KO on the Jellicent. Jellicent already did quite a bit in the game, Toxic half the team, but if I got that recovered earlier, that Pachirisu honestly would have been Toxic right now and would have caused much less trouble than it gave. So after Pachirisu's little attack on my team, I go for the Leech Seed with Megadium, and I know Megadium cannot lose. There's not a chance that Megadium will lose to Pachirisu. I go for the Energy Ball, just trying to take out whatever he sends in. I know whatever he sends in will get hurt, no matter what, so I'm not fearing the Lucario anymore. Unfortunately, I get paralyzed and he goes for the Super Fang. But these Super Fangs honestly do not affect me that much, as long as I have Leech Seed on his Pachirisu. Yes, his Pachirisu does not stand a chance against my Megadium unless it gets a crit or Leech Seeds are not on it. So Pachirisu is honestly in a very bad situation, and Megadium just seems to be enjoying it out there, despite being paralyzed. So Roshu pretty much keeps going with the same process over and over, while I start entering the Energy Ball attack phase of the Leech Seed combo. And it's not looking very good for him, in all honesty. He goes for another Super Fang, I just go for another Energy Ball, and the Pachirisu is down for the count. So yes, and then right here, he will send in his Feraligatr, and since I apparently get paralyzed, he gets off the Blizzard and KOs Megadium, no problem. And I was surprised Megadium was still faster than that Feraligatr. Well, anyway, here I start going into Scizor, aka 47 Mach 2, and he goes for the superpower here. I'm not fearing it, it's a Scizor that's freaking bulky. Look how much that did to it. So then I just go for the Roost just so I can add insult to injury, and I'll finish it off with a simple B-Punch to win the game. So, it was an awesome battle against Roshu using my whole team. Roshu, thanks for the match, guys. Comment, rate, subscribe. This is the Umbreon AK-47. I hope you guys enjoyed this team, and yeah, it's kind of fun using walls every once in a while, because you don't really have much attack power, so you're kind of forced to switch it up a bit and make sure you can take everything and just dish out bit by bit. It was pretty fun. So yeah, guys, that's all I really got to say. This is the Umbreon AK-47 signing out. Guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the battle. That's really it. So comment, rate, subscribe, enjoy. Talk to you guys later.